So I've been reading the Bible, King James version. I think this is the third time I'm trying to finish this book. Actually, this time I pick up the audio book, and so you have to understand, when I read the Bible, I treat it as a literature book, which I mean, it's a great book. Don't get me wrong. It's a great book. It's our first attempt at trying to make sense of the world, and at least in the Western world, right? There are some attempt which were great, done by Buddha, but it was like mostly verbal or oral, right? And some Chinese philosophers and some Hindu sculptures, right? Which are way older, and it's at least the first attempt of trying to make things sense in a way that put on a book, right? So I read it not like as a philosophical writing. I read it as a novel because there is a story involved, right? And I do have some problem regarding the structure of the stories, and regarding some very immoral things, right? At least for my view. And I thought I should talk about it, like a kind of like a review of Bible, right? But then I watch, I think it was a YouTube video. I don't know the person who did it. It was a man, and he was talking about Bible, right? He was being like very funny way, he's criticizing the Republican and Bible. This it's like this goes together, right? And the thing is, I kind of like it. It was funny, right? Then I watch another video from him. Then he's addressing the same that many of the commenters ask him. Okay, now do a review for the other religious texts as well. So this what this guy technically saying is, I don't know much about other religion. I don't know about that as much as Bible to criticize or to that. So clearly we have lots of problem in United States, in America, because the Donald Trump doing that and Republican doing this, right? And he's saying, no, I cannot really talk about the other books because this is what I want to talk about. See, this is the problem I have with a liberal. This, I'm going to specify, this may sound racist, this white liberal. This is the problem I have with these white liberal. These people think their issues are so much valuable than rest of the world. They think I'm more important, my herd is more important, the Republican, whatever, like, when was the last time a fucking Christian extremist killed someone? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I never hear such thing as like that. When was the last time a church pastor, a pastor of the church or a father said, you know what, we need to put our woman in the kitchen? When was the last time that happened? When was the last time someone from the church came out and said, these women need to go back in kitchen and serve the men? I never hear, right? To me, I understand. To me, at least, I see a Christianity as a more progressive religion, because yes, it has its issue way back in the day, but it has progressed. But there are lots of other religions which do way terrible in on time right now as we talk. These liberals don't seem to care about it, because if you talk about it, it's culturally inappropriate. Okay, so for that reason, I decide, if I want to talk about Bible, I should talk about Buddhist text, right? I should talk about Hinduism. I should talk about the other religion as well. See, it's really hypocritical like you pick the easiest target out of bunch and say, like what the fuck, like what's the worst thing um, a church going Republican can do to society? Going to church? The fuck? Like, yeah, I'm sure there are lots of like racists and white supremacists are there, like that's not the people who go to church. Okay, I'm sure there are lots of bad Republican, just as there are bad liberal. There are lots of bad people around the world, regardless of your political value or skin color. Okay, that's there is nothing we can do about it. If we can do something about it, that's great. But like, it's really like it's like, if I talk about for example, let's suppose I talk about George Orwell, okay, and someone says, tell to me, you know what, Aldous Huxley wrote a great book which are kind of similar to George Orwell. It's like I'm saying, I don't really know about Aldous Huxley. George Orwell is my problem. I don't like George Orwell, so George Orwell make me feel uncomfortable. So I'm talking about George Orwell. Aldous Huxley, I don't really know. In reality, you just scared to talk about it. Okay, first of all, you might have a real life consequences, like, and it's that's the reason I really I really wanted to talk about Bible, because I have read it, and there are something I like to talk about. It's just I feel like if I talk about it, I would be pushing down instead of like if I talk about religion, I might make fun of it, right? So for that reason, I decided if I talk about Bible, okay, I would talk about other book as well in the same video. Okay, so I'm a man of equality. Okay, I treat everyone equal. Okay, so I don't know, like I really don't like this fucking fake virtuous liberal. Okay, like there is no harm being done by, like, I'm sure there are some harm being done by, but compared to like, let's suppose someone drinking whiskey and someone doing crack cocaine, which one do you think is bad, right? Obviously the person doing crack cocaine, right? Like, if you just talk, this guy is an alcoholic, he's drinking, and if you point out, I mean, come on, talk about the guy who's doing crack cocaine. No, I don't really know much about crack cocaine, but the real problem is this guy, the alcoholic. It's well, lots of hypocrites in the internet. Obviously, not only in the internet, in real life as well. So yeah, that's my today rant. It's just kind of pissed me off, because I want to talk about Bible, because there are lots of things that I would like to talk about this book. It's as for its time, it's a good literature book. Okay, it may not be like Iliad or something, but still it's a book worth reading. So cheers. This by any means, this is not I'm not a defender of Christianity, or I'm not a defender of any religion. Okay, I treat them all equal. I see them all as bad. Okay, so yeah.